So this is our first medium-sized encounter, and it's a great space for a mini boss fight or the like. So then, the centerpiece of this room, of course, are these ruins. All right, shall we delve into the Cave of Ruin? It's got a ton of regular pieces along the perimeter. It's got a diagonal wall, a straight wall, cascading pool wall. Got these little 1-inch corners. One-inch wall. And it's got one of each of the trifecta walls. So it's got the straight wall ledge, the corner. We have one of these big, beautiful passage intersection pieces. We went over this one in Encounter 3, so look at the walkthrough for Encounter 3 if you want to learn more about this thing. This beast is a removable arch topper. This will have pegs in the factory version. The large curve. And then this one, which we haven't looked at yet, this is the long swell wall. So let's come in and get a closer look at this thing. So this, like all the trifecta pieces, it's a floor ledge and a freestanding wall. This one's interesting in that it goes from 2 inches on this side, so it fits up against a normal wall, and on this side it swells out to 3 inches. So it's if you want to build an offset into your room, you can use it really nicely with the trifecta left swell, so you could swell in and out. So the wall piece here, as you'll note, has a slot here, which is a wall insert slot. So you can put whatever you want into this thing to customize your wall. You can use it as a doorway. Passages go right up against it really nicely. So you can transition in and out. It's a really neat way to have an exit onto negative space or onto a cliff or out of a river or something of that ilk. The back is completely flat. The front has a nice edge to it. The floor is textured on both sides. The back is the dead side. So it gives you can swell right or left, flip it either way. Fits together to make this nice bit. And like most of our trifecta pieces, it's also sized to fit really nicely with some of the new cave cliff pieces. So you can put that underneath our cave cliff, or you can put it on top of our cave cliff if you want to change the height of your cave cliff. This works really nicely together. The wall also works really nicely with the cave cliff. If you want to have a room that drops out into a sheer cliff, this is a great way to do it. So we designed a lot of synergy between the trifecta pieces and the new cave cliff pieces. Then also out along the perimeter, we have this thing sitting happily in this swell wall. And this is our LED wall insert. So this thing has a plain side, and then it has this beautiful basalt side. Thank you for the inspiration, William. This is, of course, a modular LED socket compatible with all of our previous wall LED elements, from Castle Builder to City Builder to Dungeon of Doom. So if you want to change up the mood in your cavern, you can put in any of our other LED elements. It's got a really big footprint. This will be factory finished electricals in there. This is Toby's handiwork for the prototype. It's got a big 1-inch footprint, so it's super stable. It's not going anywhere. Put it on the ground. Because it's a wall insert, you can put it on top of a regular floor to just have it work like a regular wall. So we have a big brother to that piece, this big 6-inch entrance wall. It's got a pair of LED sockets. Once again, these are modular, so you can change out your LED lighting. And there will be some alternate LED wall elements here in the caverns that will unlock, that work nice with this. It's a really big, beautiful run. It's straight, but it has a nice curve built in so that it doesn't feel too straight in your build. You shouldn't have too many straight lines in a real cavern, right? Of course, lots of water pools, fun little mushrooms on the back. Nina put a lot of really beautiful details in this thing. These little water pools. It feels good in the hand, this one too. So it's got a wall insert slot here, so you can put in any of your wall inserts, so you can change the look of your wall, and it helps really break up that straight line. So you could put a doorway in here, you could put a secret door, you could put another LED piece if you wanted to really, if you wanted a whole wall of LEDs. A lot of options. This also works really nicely. On the back side, you can build right up to it. It's flat on the back side, so you can build right up to it. That's how the entrance to this room works in this case. It also takes passages really nicely. You can build a passage up to it. It makes a great entrance in and out of any room. And it has this removable arch topper piece. This will have, factory version will have pegs in the bottom and there'll be holes up here. You can pop this thing in. And the purpose of this piece, first of all, it looks really nice alone as is, but we're going to have a little hole in the bottom and a hole in this, so you can put in any of your double door pieces. So this is going to let you put in a hinged door if you want a doorway out, and of course you'll be able to put in your Dungeon of Doom doors. Any of your double doors in your collection will fit in here. So we're giving you a ton of options. This entrance piece, just, how can you not want this thing? Look at it. Inside the room here we have Riser A. This is a cool piece of scatter terrain. It's freestanding, you can put it anywhere you want, provides partial cover, has lots of different little elevation bits. It plays really nicely with Riser B, which you can see in Encounter 4. They fit up against each other in a variety of ways. Both have a nice 90 degree side and back, so you can butt it flat up against a wall or whatnot, or you can use like this, or you can stack other stalagmites on top of it. Really neat little piece to break up a otherwise flat and boring room. So then, the centerpiece of this room, of course, are these ruins. So the ruins are three pieces at their core. We have a ruined corner, crumbling all the way around. We have a ruined right and a ruined left. We have two beautiful ruined walls, the right and the left. They fit together. These things, there's nice debris on the ground, all sorts of cracks and distress. These were originally created for our Dungeon of Doom, but we had to cut them from the lineup because we had too many sculpts. So this is a Dungeon of Doom corner piece. These are designed to supplement your Dungeon of Doom. You integrate them with your regular pieces to make you can make some big ruined bits. So they're completely and intentionally designed to be compatible with the Dungeon of Doom. These are Dungeon of Doom pieces, but they also look wonderfully at home in the caverns. So we're going to have some stretch goals for this thing, where we're going to have some breakaway bits for the corner here. So we have a pair of little pieces that'll fit in there that can then break away. So you could use these for battle damage, the thing under siege, big monsters smashing through the walls, or you can just use it to make your builds more organic. So maybe you would just want to use this piece like that, where it looks cracked and broken, but it gives you lots more variation. Because when you're building ruins, you want some variation. They also make just great scatter terrain. You can put them around, you can put them up, they can create some cover, they can create rough terrain. Great way to clutter up your floors. We have this thing we're going to have as a stretch goal. It's a freestanding ruined wall that you can use to put anywhere you want, right? So you can put them on a floor, any sort of floor, and suddenly, boom, you get a freestanding ruined wall. Works really nice on a dungeon floor. The fourth piece in this set is this ruined floor here. It's got a big, huge mound of rubble on it, lots of distress, chipped off tiles, and best of all, this rubble pile is removable, and it's a secret compartment in there. Look how cool that is. So you can hide some treasure on there. You can take it out and just use it as is and use this as a freestanding rubble pile. So it gives you lots of modularity plus like a cool place to hide some sort of something. Maybe it's a trap, I don't know. It just gives you options and it's neat. Who doesn't like secret compartments? And finally, the last piece of the ruins is this ancient dungeon double door. So this is modeled after our Dungeon of Doom double door, which looks a little like this. You can see they're clearly sisters. But this one has been overtaken by flowstone caverns. It's ruined up a little bit and the like. And of course, the centerpiece of this is this beautiful new Dwarven doors. So they have, you've seen that negative space, there's an anvil and silver, these cool flames. We made them relatively generic so you could use them in a lot of different situations, but yeah, they're clearly Dwarven. And the back, look at that, super industrial strength. You're not getting through that. Perhaps they're even made of Dwarvenite. Of course, they're hinged so they can open and close. And like our Dungeon of Doom double doors, the top is removable. So you can, if you want, you can just use this as an open archway. And of course, if you want, you can swap in any of your double doors from the Dungeon of Doom to give you lots of variation. You can, of course, use your double doors from the rest of Caverns Deep. So let's you swap in doors, such as these are the ruined version of the Dwarven doors. We're going to release these as a stretch goal, if all goes well. They're obviously not necessary for the encounter, but man, are they cool, right? So it's a ruined, shattered, broken version of the original doors. These ones. Yeah, look at that. The trauma on that side. And of course, these doors all fit in your Dungeon of Doom double doors, so you have lots of cross-set compatibility. And so that was the Cave of Ruin. As the name implies, it's packed full of crumbling ruins. It's got those cool double doors, hidden compartment, LED walls. Definitely the sort of place your players will find some ruin. Wahaha.